Hey everyone, my name is Christine and I'm a PTE expert aiming to help a lot of people fulfill their goals just by getting that PTE score sorted out. And I'm glad that you're watching this video today because you could be the next successful story. So today I am very excited because I am going to share with you some tips and tricks on how to improve and practice your read aloud. So as you guys know, read aloud is part of your speaking module, and speaking module comes at the very beginning, and read aloud is the very first task. So normally we have this anxiety, or we feel nervous and hesitant because it's at the very start. But let me tell you this, as long as you've practiced and as long as you execute the plan, then you should be okay. And the great thing also is PTE gives you at least 2 tries. Why is that? Is because the read aloud has a preparation time. So definitely you have an opportunity to practice before you do the final recording. And so that's what we're going to figure out today. So first let me show you and tell you that read aloud has 6 to 8 questions in your exam. So this is very important because read aloud not only gives scores to your speaking, but also it shares scores to your reading. That's a total of 30 to 34 points maximum. So that's amazing. So I will also show you how it exactly looks like in the exam. Probably if this is your first time, you should know that this is how your read aloud looks like. So you will see the instruction and there is a current status bar, and that is the passage. So the passage could also vary. It could be this short or it could be long at times. Okay, now a few things to be reminded of. There is a preparation time which is 35 seconds. So this is the preparation that I was talking about so that you can first rehearse. And PTE will ask you to read the passage in 40 seconds. Now, on average, you can already speak around 16 to 25 seconds, and that should be good enough, depending on your speed as well. Now, very important, you must try and speak all the words in the passage in good speed. Now, the question is how to practice and improve read aloud in PTE. So as I've mentioned earlier, I'm going to share you these tips today. And for you to easily recall them, I have summed them up all in the word practice. Yes, the word practice. So let us start with letter P. So P is for planning of pauses. So remember, you have 35 seconds preparation time. This is the moment where you have to plan where to pause. So when do you pause? Preferably on the full stops. And if the sentence is very long, then you can definitely pause if there's a punctuation. Next is letter R, read aloud during the preparation time. So a common mistake is on your preparation time, you just sit and then, you just practice in your thoughts or in your mind. So don't do it. You have to exactly do it how you will do it in the final recording. So if you come across some mistakes, you may want to do that on the preparation time and not on the final recording. Letter A is avoid the following. So do not do extra pauses. Whatever you've planned for the pauses, that's where you should only stop. Next is do not add, do not omit, or do not repeat the words. Because remember, this is your content marks. Read exactly as it is, and you should be okay with your content. Letter C is for clarity. So again, do not be in a rush. Make sure that you're speaking all the words clearly and the computer is able to capture them perfectly. So clearly and calmly speak the words. Okay, letter T is for timing. So make sure that you follow proper timing. So as you guys know, in your speaking task, you are recording your answers. So as you have noticed earlier, there was a status bar. After your preparation time, you will hear a beep sound, but do not start after the beep sound. Start within the first 3 seconds or as soon as the blue line starts. Okay? Now, once you've done saying the last word of the passage, all you have to do is to hit the next button at the lower bottom part of the, or the right bottom part of the screen. So do not wait for the 40 seconds to finish, or do not wait for the status bar to complete. As soon as you're done, click next. Okay, now next is another T is try not going too slow nor too fast. So your speed must just be natural and moderate. Letter I is for intonation. Intonation must be excluded. Okay, so do not put the rising and the falling when you are speaking the words. Okay, so this is actually a shift in our normal way of reading a passage. If you remember back in school days, we used to, emphasize per word because we want the other person to understand, isn't it? But in your PTE, it's a computer-based exam. So definitely the computer doesn't need to, understand how you emphasize the words. So letter C, that's next. Be confident and be consistent. So remember, you have to have a confident tone. The computer will easily notice if you are a bit nervous or hesitant. So make sure you do this confident tone from the start until end. So be consistent and confident when delivering the lines. Last is letter E. There should be enough volume. So remember, this is called your read aloud. So do not whisper, even if you're not doing the highs and lows when you are speaking the words. Make sure you are saying it in a bit louder voice than the usual. But that is not shouting. Shouting is totally different, okay? So just the right amount or enough volume for you to be clearly heard by the computer. And last letter E is, of course, exercises. As I've mentioned earlier, this is a bit of a different way on how to read your passages. So think about it as like a new skill that you are learning. When you are learning a new skill, you have to do it repeatedly. Repetition is definitely the mother of skill. So make sure after you've realized or you have already discovered how to practice your read aloud, make sure you do it consistently, at least 5 to 10 read alouds per day. So you'll keep the flow, because once you stop and there's a gap in between, then I'm afraid you might go back from scratch, and we really don't want that to happen, isn't it? Okay, so there you have it. Those are my tips for you today on how to practice and improve your read aloud. So in summary, just for you to better understand it, I will show you an example during the preparation time and also on the final recording. So this is how it looks like on the preparation time. My 35 seconds preparation will start. So as you can see, there's no blue mark on the status bar. And then I'll start to read. Numerous studies have investigated whether music can reliably convey emotions to listeners, and if so, what musical parameters might carry this information. Far less attention has been devoted to the actual contents of the communicative process. So I'll pause on the comma, and then after information, full stop, and the last full stop. I will only pause 3 times, otherwise I have to keep going. And make sure I will clearly say and speak the words clearly. Okay, so I'll read on the final recording. This is how it will look like. So there will be now a blue line on the status bar. Numerous studies have investigated whether music can reliably convey emotions to listeners, and if so, what musical parameters might carry this information. Far less attention has been devoted to the actual contents of the communicative process. And that's the full stop. And on the real exam, I'll just hit the next button at the right bottom part of the screen, and that's sorted out. And of course, once you click or hit the next button, don't just click it. Of course, you have to be also emotionally and mentally prepared for another question or another 35 seconds of preparation time. Okay, guys, so there you have it. Keep practicing and keep improving. Always remember that practice makes progress. So every single practice that you make will take you a single step closer to achieving your desired score. Again, my name is Christine, and I'm so happy that you watched this video. I hope it's very helpful for you. And if you like it, please Make sure you share it with your friends and hit the like button. And of course, subscribe to our YouTube channel to get more tips and tricks to get that PTE score sorted out. All the best and see you soon.